Todd Monken said next about Shedeur Sanders completely changed the entire QB battle, and nobody in that room was ready for it.
Shedeur's horse head, have you named it?
I have not. I have not named it yet.
Okay. But it's
should I?
I don't know. Has he seen Godfather? Like, I mean, horse head's an odd
I know,
gift.
but it's not a bloodied real head.
I understood, and it wasn't
it's
in your
gift.
bed.
It wasn't a threat.
Right, I understand that. I wasn't suggesting. It was just, I haven't heard of anyone giving anyone a horse head before.
Yeah. I think there's been players before that might have sent one, or wanted to send one that's a threat, but I don't think that was the case.
What is going on, YouTube? Stop scrolling right now, because what Todd Monken just did in front of the entire Browns media, nobody saw this coming. Not the reporters, not the analysts, not even the biggest Browns fans in Cleveland. This man walked into that press conference, looked the media dead in the eyes, and shut every single question down. And the crazy part, it wasn't even about football. It was about a gift, a horse head, and Shedeur Sanders. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you are in the right place. Today, we are breaking this whole thing down, word for word, moment by moment. Stay locked in, because this one is different. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on that notification bell, because we drop Browns and Shedeur Sanders content every single week, and you do not want to miss what's coming.
Well, first of all, I think we've got 3 outstanding quarterbacks that are going to be competing for our starting position. Like any position on our team, there's going to be competition. So I'm excited to get started with those guys. I don't think, as I said this morning, I don't think you can give equal reps to all in a given day.
Explain that.
Well, in a given day, I don't think in any position you can't go into a day and say everybody's going to get equal reps.
All right, so let's set the scene for you real quick. Todd Monken has just taken over as the Cleveland Browns head coach. Brand new staff, brand new energy, brand new era in Cleveland. And everybody, the fans, the media, the NFL world, they all want to know one thing. What are you going to do with that quarterback room? Now understand this, the Browns' quarterback situation heading into 2026 is genuinely one of the most fascinating stories in the entire NFL. You've got Shedeur Sanders, the young gun who finished last season as the starter and showed real flashes of something special. You've got Deshaun Watson, a former franchise quarterback trying to prove he still has that elite level in him. And you've got Dillon Gabriel, the young kid who started before Sanders and is fighting for his NFL life right now. 3 quarterbacks, 1 starting spot, and 1 new head coach who has to figure it all out before week 1. So the media goes into this press conference ready to dig. They want answers. They want drama. They want somebody to slip up and say the wrong thing. And what does Todd Monken do? He walks in cool, calm, and completely in control. That right there, that is the energy Cleveland has been starving for. The first big question that comes up is about quarterback reps, and this is where Monken immediately separates himself from every coach this franchise has had in years. A reporter asks him point blank, "Coach, you've said before that having 4 or 5 quarterbacks competing doesn't work. So what does the ideal quarterback competition look like for you starting April 7th? And Monken doesn't hesitate. He doesn't stutter. He doesn't give you that politician answer where he says nothing for 3 minutes. He comes right out and says it. He says, look, we have 3 outstanding quarterbacks competing for the starting position. I'm excited to get started, but I am not giving equal reps to everyone every single day. That's not how this works. And when the reporter asks him to explain it, Monken breaks it down like a professor. He says, you cannot walk into a practice and tell yourself everybody's going to get the same number of reps because everybody is not equal in terms of where they are on this team. Period.
High level. Well, they're going to start with our ones. Then you're going to have some form of a depth chart. The first day that you roll out there, right, they're able to go against each other. You're going to have to, okay, here's the ones. Okay, well, who is that? Well, there's some guesswork involved, and yet there's some of it that's proven already on film.
Can somebody win that job before the 3rd week of July?
Sure they can. Or they can at least put themselves in position to go into the fall as our starter. Doesn't matter what position.
Now let that sink in for a second. That is a head coach who knows exactly what he's doing. He's not here to make everyone feel good. He's not here to protect feelings. He is here to win. And winners do not treat a proven starter the same way they treat somebody who's never taken a first-team rep in their life. That's not how championship teams are built. And then, and this is the part that really stood out, a reporter asks him, can somebody win that starting job before the third week of July? And Monken says, sure they can, or at least put themselves in position to go into the fall as the starter. People, that is massive. That means this competition is real. That means nothing is handed to anyone, and that means whoever works the hardest, whoever shows up the most, whoever proves it on film, that person is going to be the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback in 2026. And if we're being honest, based on everything we've seen, based on Shedeur Sanders already being in the building working out, already building that relationship with the coaching staff, already showing that want to, the arrow is pointing in one direction, and Cleveland fans know exactly where that is. But okay, now we have to talk about the moment that broke the internet, the moment that had the whole press room laughing, the moment that showed a completely different side of Todd Monken. A reporter brings up the horsehead gift. Now, if you haven't heard, Shedeur Sanders, being the guy that he is, apparently sent his new head coach a horsehead as a gift. Not a real one, but still, a horsehead, like something straight out of a movie. And the reporter asks Monken, have you named it yet? And this man, this 60-year-old NFL head coach, laughs. He smiles. He says he has not named it yet, and then somebody in the room brings up The Godfather, asking if it felt like a threat, and Monken immediately laughs it off and says, no, it absolutely was not a threat. He completely understood that.
Yeah. I think there's been players before that might have sent one, or wanted to send one that's a threat, but I don't think that was the case.
Are you open to gifts?
I am open to gifts. I think it was great. I was not expecting that from him. I do not expect it. Do not send gifts.
Okay.
That is not. I found it interesting.
Okay.
And I was excited.
Of course.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like presents? Two quick questions. Deshaun Watson in 2023. You had a front row seat. You were there in Baltimore when he had that perfect second half.
And then comes the best part. A reporter asks him straight up, are you open to gifts? And Monken says, I am open to gifts. I think it was great. I was not expecting that from him. Y'all, that is everything. That single moment tells you everything you need to know about the relationship being built between Todd Monken and Shedeur Sanders. This isn't just a coach and a quarterback. This is a real human connection being formed. Shedeur Sanders sent that man a gift, a thoughtful, funny, unexpected gift, and Monken loved it. He was genuinely excited about it. That is chemistry. That is culture. That is what winning programs are built on. And the Browns media wanted to make it weird. They wanted to turn it into some kind of controversy. And Monken wasn't having any of it. He shut it down with a smile and kept it moving. That's a leader. Now, Monken wasn't done. The reporters had two more questions, and both of them were important. First, Deshaun Watson. A reporter reminded Monken that he had a front row seat back in 2023 when Watson had that perfect second half against Baltimore. David Njoku breaking tackles, Austin Seibert hitting a field goal, that version of Deshaun Watson that everybody remembers, the one who looked like a real franchise quarterback. And the reporter asked him, is that guy still in there? And Monken's answer gave every Browns fan hope. He said, God, I hope so. And then he talked about meeting with Watson and how refreshing it was, how Watson is excited, how he's ready for a new start with a new staff. Now listen, Deshaun Watson's situation is complicated. Everybody knows that. But if Todd Monken sees something worth believing in, that means something. Second, Myles Garrett. The reporter asked about a text conversation between Monken and the best defensive player in football, and Monken confirmed, yes, they texted. No emojis, just real talk. And Monken said he is fired up to get Myles back in the building. When your head coach is personally texting Myles Garrett and building that trust before day one even starts, Cleveland, something is different this time. Look, I'm going to be straight with you the way I always am on this channel. Todd Monken is exactly what the Cleveland Browns needed. He's direct, he's honest, he's not going to sugarcoat anything, he's not going to play politics, he's going to put the best players in position to succeed, and he's going to hold everybody accountable, from the starting quarterback all the way down the depth chart. And Shedeur Sanders, that young man is doing everything right. He's in the building, he's working, he's building relationships, he sent his coach a horsehead gift and made the whole organization laugh. He is the right person for this moment. Cleveland has been patient. Cleveland has suffered. Cleveland has watched season after season fall apart. But right now, in April of 2026, something feels genuinely different about this Browns organization. And I, for one, cannot wait for April 7th. Make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know, do you think Shedeur Sanders locks up that starting job before training camp? Let me know. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now, turn on that notification bell so you never miss a single video. Hype this video up so YouTube pushes it to every Browns fan, every NFL fan, every Shedeur Sanders fan out there. Until next time, peace.